Hey guys, welcome back to some more Sonic Heroes. It's time to end Team Dark's story here, going into Egg Fleet.
Lester, are you stuttering like the loading screen?
It's just the 360. Always has a hard time loading.
You'll regret this, Doctor. Even if I'm not real, I'm still the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog.
See you, Omega.
Bye, Omega!
I love every time you start this level, you get shot off the screen.
Space. Did you say space?
Oh, who invited him?
Oh my gosh! I was wondering if you were gonna do something like that. Space! I love Space Core.
Space Corps hears his mating calls. Like, hey, here's Space. I'm coming.
You know, we could have seen that one coming, but we didn't.
Yeah, the joke kind of. I was actually. If Lester didn't make the joke, I was going to make the joke.
Well, he beat you to it.
Yeah, he beat me way to that. I was like, when I heard, I was like, did you see Space? I'm like, Space! No, actually, it was either going to be that one or Tim Curry's. It was that. There's a lot of things with Space.
Yeah, how he says space. Space! Or something like that.
Space!
He really drags out the word.
Freaking love Tim Curry.
Like, I can't even say it the same way he does. Like, no one can say it the same way.
I'll have to show you the clip, Amber. You've probably never seen that clip before, have you?
Probably not, no.
Okay, I'm gonna have to show you.
There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen that you apparently have, so.
Oh, it was from an old Command and Conquer game. I can't remember which one. I think it was
then I haven't seen it.
Red Alert, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's an old RTS game. I used to watch a friend of mine play it a long time ago. I played one of the games and I really liked them. I used to play it on. There was a Command and Conquer game that I had at one point on the Sega CD of all. I can't remember which one it was, but it had Mark Hamill in it.
Because he's in everything, apparently.
Yeah, he was in everything.
Yeah.
They're firing at us. Dodge the bullets by moving up and down.
Dodge the bullets by pushing up on the D-pad.
Down.
I wish this worked with a D-pad.
Move up.
Especially because there's a 2D section right here.
Yeah, really, only later Sonic games got that one right. Even then, in a way, only really Generations kind of did. Because a lot of other like Sonic games that transition between 2D and 3D gameplay, you're only allowed to use the stick. Even Forces is like that if you play on PC, because for some weird reason, Sega mapped it in such a way they can only use either the joystick or the D-pad. You can't use both. So if you prefer to use the D-pad for classic and then joystick for everything else, you can't do that unless you make your own controller mappings.
Oh my gosh.
So dumb. It's so stupid.
Colors didn't have that?
Well, Colors also played with all these different weird controllers, so no. Unless you just play with the Wiimote by itself.
Yeah.
Which you should never do, because that is very weird to control.
I remember Colors, you could play with the classic controller, you could play with the Wiimote sideways, you could play with the GameCube controller. They had a lot of controller options.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually kind of thankful for, because that was honestly one thing I really liked about the Wii. We had really good controller options.
We got him.
I gotta commend the people who played Brawl with the Wiimote sideways.
I won a tournament with just playing Wiimote sideways.
You won a tournament playing Wiimote sideways?
Yeah. It's a tournament like my school was holding one time just to bring in some people for like a fundraising event, and I entered into it and pretty much won all my matches with just Wiimote sideways.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I was so used to that time just playing with the GameCube controller, so like, yeah, this is different. Didn't really change much.
But yeah, like that was one thing in particular I liked about it. Like, yeah, Sonic Colors was one of those games that you could play like with all the different types of controllers. You can play with a classic controller, you can play with a classic controller Pro, you can play with the Wiimote sideways, you can play with Wiimote and Nunchuck, I think.
Yeah.
And then you can play with GameCube controller, which I was like, oh, thank goodness, even in 2010, we're still thinking about GameCube.
Well, the big game I'm really happy that did that was Sonic Riders Zero Gravity on Wii. because that's a PS2 game just ported to the Wii, and they allowed you to use GameCube controllers, because if you didn't use the GameCube controller, it's either Wiimote on the side or Wiimote vertical. Both options are motion control based.
Oh my gosh.
So if you don't use the GameCube controller, you do not have any conditional controller support in Zero Gravity. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Like, the Wii version, I think, is still considered the better version out of the two, but it's just, you gotta play on actual Wii, not the Wii U. You gotta play on a Wii with those GameCube ports.
Gotta get those extra lives, man. I don't know when I'll ever have to use it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how that worked last part. We don't know when we're just gonna mind our own business and then just fly off the stage. Just because of cutscene.
Don't you just love when you accidentally randomly die for no reason whatsoever besides because a trigger happened at the wrong moment?
Yeah. Also, my favorites, and it seems to happen a lot in Sonic games because it's just the raw speed. But it's just when you're trying to do platforming and all of a sudden you face through the floor.
Yep. I love that too.
Oh, you wanted to die, right? You chose death?
It seems you have chosen death. Why did I choose death? I didn't even ask for this. I was trying to play the game normally. I say that unless I can never play games normally.
Seeing all my tech?
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's another example right here. You must defeat the E2000 series robot to open the door, or you can just fly.
Nah, ain't got no time for that.
ain't no got no time for that.
I mean, who likes fighting enemies with shields? I don't.
Well, at least we got through Egg Fleet. Now I gotta go to the Egg Fortress.
Which is not really that much different for Team Dark compared to Team Sonic.
Yeah.
The biggest difference is to just throw more enemies at you.
Yeah, because this is the hard mode of the teams.
Yeah, and half of their stages are, well, in order to justify hard mode, more enemies.
It is kind of funny though that did they really call that the last level Egg Fortress? I'm sorry.
I mean, there's an egg here.
Time to attack.
I thought that battleship was big,
But
this is enormous.
what I was trying to say is it's funny how this game in particular, like, they try to advertise themselves as like saying, okay, well, this mode is for people who wanted to play the game normally. Team Sonic is when you want to play the game normally. Team Roses is for people who are not very used to action games. This is the easier mode. Team Dark is the person who wants to use for challenges. And Team Chaotix is for, just a different style of gameplay altogether.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And Team Chaotix is random.
Random. Yeah. But they kind of made it seem like, okay, these are my difficulties in the game, basically. But you still are required to play through all these teams in order to get the true ending of the game.
Yeah.
It's like that's not really difficulty options at that point. It's literally requirements for the game to finish it.
Yeah, it's true. Although some games I know did that back in the day, like arcade style games did this, where you had to play on pretty much all difficulties to really beat the game proper.
Oh yeah, Ghosts and Goblins did that, didn't they?
Yeah, because remember both Ghouls and Ghosts and Ghosts and Goblins, like the whole series basically makes you play the game twice just to see the true final boss, which is so annoying.
Yeah, it's like this game has happy end.
Well, also like other games are kind of guilty of that too, like some of the Contra games, like say Contra 3, you had to play on the hard difficulties because if you play on something like easy or normal, you didn't play certain stages and the game just abruptly ended. So to get the real ending, you had to play on hard.
Oh, another game I remember that did something similar is Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse, the original Sega Genesis game. If you didn't,
Not the remake?
Not the remake. If you played on easy, you didn't get the right ending. You didn't beat the game essentially. It kind of just handed you like, here's the credits. That's it. It's not like if you played it on easy, it was kind of punished. Oh my gosh, look at all.
I don't know why. This game cannot handle this guy with the helmet. You would not believe how hard it was to do Team Blast Glitch.
I can literally hear your 360 screaming in agony right now.
Like, please stop playing this on me.
Please stop playing this fucking game.
Just buy an original Xbox for the love of God. Stop.
Thinking that would do the job.
But yeah, the original Castle of Illusion on Sega Genesis did that with easy difficulty. You had to play it on normal or harder to actually play the game in a way.
I get you.
That is actually a really underrated game that I liked when my childhood was that game. I'm kind of glad it got remade back then. But did they relist those games?
I think that did get relisted at one point, yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't know if it even got officially taken down because of how fast it got relisted.
Okay, good.
It's like one day they're going to take it down, the very next release.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to DuckTales Remastered just recently. It got delisted, and Capcom was like, okay, yeah. So,
Oh, they're able to work back out the rights at that point because there's no other DuckTale games out there, but they still have that cartoon show going on. So,
yeah.
kind of want something to sell with DuckTales in the name.
I've heard that cartoon isn't doing too good right now.
Is it? I heard it's actually a pretty good DuckTales show.
Well, not recently.
Not recently.
Yeah.
It sounded like it's one of those things where the newest season's just doing a lot worse compared to older seasons. Because that happens a lot.
Pulling a Game of Thrones Season 8 on us.
I mean, did Game of Thrones even do good in the first place?
Well, it did. It was good.
Oh, it did until the final season.
Until the final season, it was absolutely...
I just never cared for it. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah. It was...
Sorry, I just got our channel taken down, didn't I?
But no, it was a good show up until it ended, and then it was horrible. And they were going on and on about how the ending was big, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it ended up not being that great.
Yeah, it pretty much ended up to be one of those shows that people love until the end. So now people are starting to say, maybe don't watch the show because it's one of those that ends on a bad note.
Yeah. Just watch this. Watch this instead.
This level does a weird thing for its difficulty. To make it harder, they just put enemies on these rails now, which is really weird.
It's like, okay, I could just homing attack these guys.
Like, if you're not paying attention, you're just gonna run into an egg pawn.
I like how that's charging up its laser, but you won't get hit by that laser.
Well, if you're holding down the B button, the grind, yeah. If you're not holding down the button, you will get hit because you're not going fast enough.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
You have to be holding down that button to get the speed from grinding. Because if you're too slow in that section, it is a guaranteed hit. And if you're not using the flight character, you're probably falling into that pit and dying.
There we go. We beat the final level with Team Dark. Now all that's left is the... Oh, congratulations! You can now play... I can't read that big old crack on my screen right now.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the text is very glitchy, so it's kind of hard to make out no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to play multiplayer with me on a 360. I think that's that probably have worse slowdown than the actual single player.
Enough of this! Shut Root Omega! Time to meet your maker. I'll show you what real evil is.
I love how in this boss fight, I didn't mention this the first time we're here, but Eggman inside the Egg Emperor there is just a PNG file. Like, it's a flat picture.
Oh my god. I like... I told you this story on stream, but I got a comment on one of my videos saying, saying I offended them because I was wondering why this boss of all bosses is representing the modern era of Sonic Generations when this was in the quote unquote Dreamcast that Sega put on.
Yeah, it's still out of left field for 3DS.
Yeah. I don't know.
I won't go down that easy.
I won't go down that easy as my mech explodes.
That was his last words before he died. They put that on the tombstone. Like Eggman, like from 91 to like 2004. I won't go down that easy.
Get a load of this.
Yeah, if we want to be realistic, I'd probably actually say that.
Get a load of this. I am dead.
Eggman target completely destroyed.
Now let's find that secret treasure.
So this is where all the leftover copies of Shadow the Hedgehog went.
Oh.
Prepare to destroy immediate area.
And this is what Sega did after Shadow the Hedgehog didn't sell that well.
Shadow is a
Preparing to destroy it.
and oh, never mind. Good luck.
I mean, they gotta do something with them.
Yeah.
I mean, ET's already buried. What are they gonna do? Bury it too?
Yeah.
I mean, if it works for one company, they won't find it for like 30 years.
What made Eggman make shadow robots?
I don't know. That's a good question. It was like a weird decision. Like, oh yeah, Shadow did pretty good against Sonic in the past game, so why not just make Shadow robots? Okay, but you have Metal Sonic. Why Shadow robots?
I don't even know.